When you smoke, it looks like you're contemplating life. I have to put tape on the items that I want filmed to make sure these guys remind me or come get me.
I don't know why you don't just put a GoPro out here.
GoPros are a little lifeless.
True.
I like capturing the real action.
Oh God. Thank you.
There you go. There you go. Anything to say to your followers?
Send some whiskey. Oh, finished, huh? Yeah. Up and fired up.
How much horsepower do you think you're gonna add to this baby?
Let's see. They come in making about what? 400? 430?
Mm-hmm.
And then 550?
About 550?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good number.
Yeah.
Sounds like a little supercharger up there.
Got a little blower on it, got a little whistle to it.
This video so far. Hopefully we've showed y'all the build process and the dyno of Mr. Haynes' 2018 Grans Sport Corvette. This is equipped with what we call our 650 horsepower supercharged package, which is a centrifugal supercharger, breather, new plugs, wires, pretty much everything needed to support the supercharger system itself. those of you guys out there with an LT1 platform, whether it be a C7 Corvette or even a Camaro, and looking to add horsepower to get it to run like an LT4, this is the setup to go with, especially if you want the car to idle and drive like a stock vehicle. This thing literally drives 100%, even sounds like a stock vehicle until you give it throttle. This thing still has stock manifolds on it, stock catalytic converters, stock mufflers, with the centrifugal supercharger. And with the linear horsepower curve it has, it is very easy to drive. With that being said, I brought the Draggy in hopes to do like a quarter-mile time for you guys to see what this thing does. It's actually early in the morning. It's actually 61 degrees here in Houston, which it never is. And this thing has factory tires on it. So 60 foot will do us no good, and we will get a horrible quarter-mile time if I try it. So I think I'm gonna try to do a U-turn here in a second and see if I can get a 60 to 130 for you guys. But yeah, you Corvette owners out there, like I said, even Camaro owners out there that are looking for what I call LT4 horsepower, the best bang for your buck, this is the package that you want. Like I said, if you want to daily drive this car, you literally will not know the difference from stock to modified until you step on the throttle. What I do like about the centrifugal blower, again, the linear horsepower curves makes it easier for most people to control the vehicle when racing. Also, the sound you get from the bypass valve while cruising isn't super loud, but when you accelerate and let off, you get the cool bypass valve sound. Now, the centrifugal blower itself, at idle, you don't really hear it whining too much. This isn't a big head unit like that we put on our 1,000 horsepower cars, so you don't hear the gear sets and everything whining really bad at idle. So again, it almost sounds like a stock vehicle right now driving. Now, when you accelerate, yes, you hear the blower whine, and of course, what we're about to do, you will hear the blower whine really good. But yeah, let's try it. I'm gonna see if I can do a quick, I say quick, 60 to 130. I have no idea what these things run stock, and it's been a while since I've done one. Let's see what it hooks up, what it's gonna do now. I'll just take off in 3rd gear, traction control on. Very smooth. Now it's traction control on, again, 3rd gear, rolling into it. Looks like 7.9, 60 to 130. I forget what I just did yesterday. Sorry I test drive so many dang cars. Let me save that log. But yeah, not even sure what these run stock. But I do know, like, baseline rear wheel horsepower I think was around 380. And I think this thing finished right at 530 rear wheel horsepower. It's usually a solid 150 rear wheel horsepower gain from stock. And again, this is a car you can literally hop in, drive every day, sounds like stock, drives like stock until you put your foot into it. So again, if you have a wife that needs to take the car out on a weekend, or even take to work if needed, she will not be scared to drive this car. Now again, you step on it, yes, this thing will spin pretty good in the low gears, but you keep traction control on it. This car is super fun to drive, very dependable, and yeah, next up, if he wants more horsepower, we add headers to it, put a camshaft in it, and that'll go from simply 530 to easy 650 rear wheel horsepower. And then usually we go even crazier and put drop-in pistons, turn it up even more with more fuel system. 700 to 800 rear wheel horsepower with the supercharger package is not uncommon. But I'm gonna look over the log, make sure it's good. I know he's on his way to pick the car up. He is from Mississippi, so if I can, I'll try to get a video with him riding with me, and we'll try to take him for a test drive. But let me look this over and make sure she's 100% before he shows up. Eddie just showed up. 2018, I just got done test driving it, which you'll see. And I'm about to show him the car, and then we'll go for a test drive.
Cool, man. Oh, I'm excited about doing that.
So, did they give you horsepower numbers already?
Yeah, Justin sent me some...
So baseline, I think around 380. we finished around 530. It's about 140, 150 rear horsepower gain, which is average. So literally, supercharger system, air-to-air intercooler up front, breather, new plugs, new wires, still factory manifolds, factory cats. This thing literally idles and drives like a stock car until you put your foot in it. Wait, wait to hear this thing.
So I got sleep.
Yes,
that's what I want.
It is.
That's
like,
what I want.
Even the customer, he's going racing right now. When I pull up, he's like, "What headers and cats are on those?" I'm like, "Stock. God, that thing's quiet." I'm like, "Yep." Did you hear it loud as shit?
Yeah.
And I don't hear that pump. And I know, like, we put the big blowers on them, like the big centrifugal, like for our 1,000 horsepower stuff. You hear those whining a lot. This is just a nice, subtle little whine. When you give it gas, you can hear it whine, but the bypass valve is what I like. When you let off, you hear the, what you say, right under here.
Pressure on that, don't you have to change the pulley to spin it?
Yes, sir. So the supercharger pulley runs off the crankshaft, and to spin it faster, you go smaller with the supercharger pulley, or we go larger with the crankshaft. So your next step would be headers and a cam. And when we do the cam, if you want to do the cam, that's when we change the front balancer, and we go with a larger balancer to turn the boost up. The smaller you go on the supercharger pulley, the less belt wrap you have, and you can slip the belt. So I try to keep the supercharger pulley as large as possible and go larger on the diameter pulley. For what you have right now, you can beat the crap out of it, and you're never gonna slip this setup. You're good. I just got done driving it. First gear spins its ass off. Second gear, third gear you're good.
You did that
on those tires. If you want it to hook like from a dig, put some Toyos on it. Wanna go for a ride?
Yes, I do. Go get it.
Oh yeah, we'll do just a quick little pull.
When that camera goes
show
up.
you.
Okay.
So, manual mode, and now I'm putting it, I'm gonna do second. I want you to feel traction control on.
Traction. Holy shit. Mike is gonna, oh yeah, I'm gonna smoke him.
Does that feel good or what?
Yeah. Holy. That felt really good. I mean, I'm used to what it does, and that initial launch is awesome.
And so again, centrifugal blower, as RPM climbs, boost climbs.
Right.
So the way, again, if you're gonna race in, let's say at 50, I want you to downshift it. I want you to be above 3,000 RPMs, if not 3,500.
Right.
That way when you hit it, like right now in fourth gear.
So its main torque, it likes to develop torque around
3,500 and up, it'll start making boost. Like right here, if we stab it, at least you got something.
Oh, yeah.
If you're at like 2,000, it's gonna take it a long time to go.
Yeah. So it spools up kind of like a diesel turbo does.
Similar.
It's kind of slow to come on, but once it gets there, it's...
It's just as RPM climbs, more and more boost. I think yours is making, what was the boost level? I think it's right at 8 pounds, a little over 8 pounds of boost. And the LT1 motors, these pistons aren't strong like the LT4s, so we got to keep it around that boost level. Same with timing, we got to keep it pretty conservative. But shit, you feel how fast that thing felt?
Yeah.
Like it's
like, it's almost like you doubled the horsepower. Really.
So I try to tell people, they're like, well, 150 horsepower. I'm like, it's 150 rear wheel horsepower difference. That's like 250 flywheel. That's a big difference.
Correct.
When you're in a 400 horsepower car to start with.
Right.
You know?
It only weighs 3,000 pounds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me save that real quick.
We're good?
All right. A lot of you guys out there, gearheads, are, I think, a lot like me when it comes to modding vehicles. Those of you that play with your cars yourself and you mod them yourself, or you go to shops, it's good to use a device like the Draggy. Tracks aren't always open, so you can't always get baseline results and then mod your car and see after results. So not only do we use this every day, a couple times a day, to baseline cars when they come in, whether they're stock or lightly modified, then we upgrade them to see our after results, whether it's 0 to 60s, 60 to 130s, sometimes half mile stuff, quarter mile times, everything. This little device can do it, guys. So we use it daily. I recommend those of you gearheads out there that do the same thing, I highly recommend you order it as well. And check our link below. Use our promo code LMR10 to get yours today. Was it?